Welcome back, Kiwi Yonkers and all other folks, to Sunsaw Gaming. Today we've got aiming and tactics. So I'm in the training room here. We were just messing around when I found these videos, but basically I'm taking a few tier 8 tanks up against tier 10. Now my teammates in the tier 8s don't do too much, so you see the effectiveness here of aiming properly and knowing how to play your tank. I mean, I take out tier 10s with tier 8s for crying out loud. It doesn't get much more explanatory than that. I mean, if I can do that in a tier 8, take down tier 10 tanks, then if you're in a tier 6 tank or a tier 8 tank going up against other tier 8s or tier 6s or whatever, you should be able to kill them. And this guy that's on the enemy team there, he's not a bad player. He is a really decent player, and you'll see he does a lot of the proper tactical maneuvers for the tank that he's driving, and he knows what he's doing. But because it's 1-on-3, he's not playing very aggressive here. As you can see, my teammates are just bouncing shots off him because they're not aiming, they're not taking their time, they're just trying to hurt him, and it doesn't pay off. I wasn't paying attention. I did not see him take out my teammate there. I didn't realise he had fired, so I also did not fire. But my teammate did get a shot into him. I mean, it helps me out a little bit, but you'll see here, once my other teammate here dies, just wait for that track wheel. Wait for that track wheel. He was wiggling, he was doing the good thing he can, but when they're doing that, just aim for the track wheel. It's the best thing to do. And there you go, there goes my other teammate. Now it's a 1-on-1. Tier 8 versus a tier 10. And again, I went for that track wheel, but I was unlucky, I hit the dirt. He's going to push on me now, which is the correct thing to do, but I've got this little dip in the ground to help me slide away. Here we go, aiming again. Look, it's a weak spot. I'll take it. Like, change your rounds to your premium rounds if you have to. And here you go, you can see fire in the hole, pulling out, and he's side scraping perfectly in the C100 against me, this Jagdpanzer. And I got so lucky there, I turned away and started reversing at the right moment, and he only hit my gun mantlet. It comes down to knowing your tank, knowing their tank. I wasn't going to get another shot on him there, so it's pointless to stay sitting there. And I mean, this happens in pub matches too. You get down to these situations where it's 1-on-1, and oof, that one hurt, but unlucky. I bounced off the side of his tank there. It wasn't showing red when I fired, but I must have hit the wrong spot, or he just slightly angled back in. Any number of things could have happened. But I mean, I'm on a reload, well, was on a reload, he was on a reload. We're both now one-shots. We both have shells in the chamber. It now comes down to who has the most skill or luck. I mean, as you can see, I'm not pushing him. I'm on a TD. For me to swing my gun around on him, I have to expose my weak spots first. And he's a bigger tank with a bigger gun. Just don't push him. It's silly. Treat every tank like they're bigger than you, and you'll survive longer. It makes a massive difference to the game. Now, he hasn't pushed out either of these two sides. He's not wanting to expose himself. He knows that I can damage him. So I need to find out if he's still even sitting there or not. Which, oh, look at that, he is still sitting there. Now, in this situation, the best thing I can do is either wait for him or bait a shot and hope like heck. And there we go. He fired and missed. Very unlucky on him. He did have a shot on my tank. And here we go, waiting for the sweet spot, and weak. Hitting the lower plate. It's easy enough to do, guys. Just aim. It's that simple. Aim. Know your tank. Try and stay alive. Don't YOLO. Now we've got another battle here. Up against the same guy. This time he's in an IS-4. I'm in a Chimera. We're on Yukon. Now I do have teammates with me again. And he's got an M6 with him. In this one here, my teammates basically only do damage to the M6. They don't hurt the IS-4 that much at all. That's pretty much all me. I think they get one shot on them, of about 100 and something damage. But other than that, it's mainly me. Now, you can see I've pulled up here. I'm going to be very passive. I'm going to make sure that he's not pushing on me. If you look at my mini-map there, there's a tank destroyer pulling up behind me. Now, I'm in a tank destroyer spot, so I'm going to give it to him. Be nice. If you've got a tank who's more suited for the position, give it to them. Don't be a hog. Like, it's a team game, guys. You win it as a team, you lose it as a team. So don't be greedy. It's that simple. You want your win rate to go up, you want your stats to be better, you want that sort of stuff. Don't be greedy. And most of all, be patient. Like, look, there's only 2 tanks on the enemy team, but you can see I'm checking every avenue of crossfire before I push out. Like, I'm making sure that I'm not going to get shot in the sides when I push past any of these little gaps. I mean, I didn't need to. It was completely unnecessary, but I did. Oh, and there they are. I was not expecting them to be sitting at spawn, which is why he got that shot on me. And I mean, as you can see there, IS-4, red as. Now, I rushed that shot and I snapped it and missed, but that's because I knew he was almost reloaded. And now I'm just going to bait shots. There you go, you see the tracer go past. Now I'm safe to pull out and take another shot if I want to. And again, there you go, aiming, front track wheel. It's an IS-4, that is a seriously hard tank to hurt. But I've just put around through that front track wheel. It's a weak spot. Now you see there how I can see him but my gun can't. That means he can see me. And it means that, you know, he's got that weak spot, that top hatch of mine. I'm not going to pull out any further than that until I know it's safe. And it's just something to be wary of, little things like that. So you're going to see me do it a lot. He fired, missed, I pulled out, snapped the shot off, and it went through because I was already pre-aimed. I'm already pre-aimed on his weak spot. I don't have to. I don't have to expose more than I do with my tank. Now that one unfortunately did bounce, but you know, it's to be expected. It's an IS-4. Now he's just fired again, and if you watch, I'm going to pull out and I'm going to take another shot just as soon as I'm reloaded. And there you go, there's my teammates starting to... Oh, go away, Reaper. There's my teammates starting to pick away the M6 and distract the IS-4. Now, I'm using my teammates, like that IS-4, every time he fires at a teammate, I'm using that time to pull out, aim, and shoot. Like, and right there, Boba Fett running right in to an IS-4 in a tier 8 tank. That's not smart gameplay, guys. Don't YOLO, don't do that. Why shoot point blank when you can shoot like I am from a distance? Now I've got a choice between that front track wheel or his lower plate. He's wiggling, he's trying to do what he can to get those bounces, which is the correct thing to do, but if you're patient enough and you wait for the shot, you'll get it. Don't chase the shot, just wait for it. There you go, front track wheel. I didn't do any damage, but I've forced him to use a repair kit, and that is just as vital as getting damage in these team games, in these team matches. There we go, a nice bounce off my hull there. Oh, sorry, not my hull, my turret. And I'm going to wait for that weak spot. Once again, every single time, I'm just going to wait for that wiggle to come around until I can hit the weak spot. And like I say, fire in the hole here. He is a really good player. He's doing everything in his power to make sure we don't win. I mean, he could possibly have rushed me. I mean, in his situation, I would have rushed him. I would have rushed myself. But I mean, now he's trying to get himself into a nice hull down position. I see that weak spot on the top of his hatch. I'm patient, I fire, unfortunately it bounces. But I mean, you can see, guys, being patient, taking your time is a good thing. Like, if he tries to rush me, I'll just shoot his tracks. I will shoot his tracks. If he stays out there, I will continue to pick away at these weak spots. Now, there you go, front track wheel, again, shell went right through his tank and done damage and forced him to use a repair kit. Just these little aiming tricks, these tactics. Right now, he's over a hill, I can't get him, but he is over angling. And as he over angles, I can get my shot in. And remember, guys, that was a tier 10 tank I was just firing at in my tier 8. And the Chimera doesn't even have the highest pin for tier 8. Like, there are so many tanks out there, and people just don't know what they're doing with them. They don't know how to aim. It's really quite basic, guys. Just take your time. You've got 7 minutes in a match. You've got 6 other teammates. There's no point in rushing out there and dying. Just be aware of your minimap. Be aware what your team's doing. Be aware of what the enemy is doing, and move accordingly. It's that easy. I hope this video helps some of you guys, and a big thanks to Fire in the Hole there from Blood. He was a great team player for this. Until next time, guys, stay safe, use cover. I'll see you around.